What's up guys, it's Yappy. Today we're gonna be doing a cheap versus expensive catch, clean, and cook setup. I'm gonna be fishing for rainbow trout in the river behind me. So let's get the gear, hop in the river, and hopefully catch some trout so I can clean them and cook them for you guys. Here we go.
Let's see if we can catch something. Oh, it's there! I got my first fish. No! No, it got off. Oh, this spot looks good right here. Got this log. Looks like it gets a little bit deeper right in this area. Let's see if we can catch one. All right, there's fish in there. There's fish in there for sure. Just gotta get it deep. They're flaring up at it. Just cannot. Oh yeah, yes sir. First fish. We got a rainbow. Yay! Woo! I ain't never lived a rainbow. All right, we got one fish. Nice.
So we finally got our very first rainbow trout. I wanted to show you guys a little tip. If you happen to be in the mountains or near a cooler spring and you want to preserve your fish before you actually get to cook them or before you get back to camp. So since we are doing the cheap versus expensive catch, clean, and cook, I want to try to preserve this fish as best as possible. The water happens to be freezing cold, so I made this little makeshift stringer. It's just a stick with a split at the end, and all you got to do is slide your fish down just like that. They get stuck right there, and then all you got to do is put the stringer with the fish on it into the cold water, so that way it'll preserve your fish until you get back to camp or you want to start cooking. I think there's a few more fish in this hole. So I want to catch 3 more trout before we start the catch, clean, and cook. 2 for the expensive side and 2 for the cheap side. Let's keep fishing. So before we get any further in today's video, I want to thank Bespoke Post for sponsoring today's video. I got a short little unboxing that I'm gonna do and show you the box that they sent me. But if you guys don't know what Bespoke Post is, it's a monthly membership club that sends you awesome boxes of top shelf goods from under the radar brands for every part of your life. What's crazy is each box is over $70 worth of value, but it only costs you $45. I'm excited to see what's in my box, but if you wanna get your own, click the link in my description. All new subscribers get 20% off their very first subscription by using code YAPPY20. All right, so let's open up the very first box. Got some really cool packaging, and we got a freaking awesome knife. We're definitely gonna be able to use this in the video, cleaning the trout and anything else we might need to cut, but super sick. I've never had anything like this. And with each box, you get some tips, so that's pretty cool. Each box has a little bit of tips and tricks inside. Box number 2, look at this knife. This is so sick. What do we have here? That is pretty sick. Look at that knife. Bespoke Post, you guys are killing it. What's cool about Bespoke Post is they don't have just knives. They have outdoor gear, clothes, even drink making kits with dozens of box lineups that change each and every month. So with that being said, I can't wait to use these knives in today's challenge, and thank you so much Bespoke Post for sponsoring today's video. It helps us go on these crazy adventures for you guys. Also, if you guys want to get your own box, click the link in the description, use code YAPPY20, you'll get 20% off your very first box. All right, let's get on with the rest of today's video.
They were just right in this hole a minute ago, so I'm hoping it might happen pretty fast. Just need 3 more. Oh my gosh. I'm struggling with this this little reel.
How's it going? No. No. Yes! Yes! That's a good one.
Yeah! Look at that. Hold on. Look at that beautiful fish.
Right there, as I was about to pull the rooster tail out of the water, he drilled it. That's a little bit bigger. That's really good eating size. So all we need is 2 more fish. Thank you. We're hopefully gonna catch 2 more trout, but something that's kind of special just being out here. I grew up trout fishing. I didn't get into bass fishing till I was like in high school, but not a lot of you guys know that. A lot of the weekends we would spend camping out here, me and my family, and it just brings back a lot of memories. Just being being able to fish and bring you guys along on an adventure that I've been doing. I've been fishing these rivers since I was 5 and 6 years old, so super special, and I hope you guys are enjoying the adventure so far. If you're new to the channel, a lot of times we're doing exploring, searching for treasure, but I just wanted to mix it up, come fishing, do a little bit of a, I don't know, survival, catch and cook type style video. So it's been a while, but it feels good to be catching some fish. This is the hardest part about this. There's so much debris in the way, and all the fish are right there in this little circle. So I'm having to cast under this log. I might get hung up, but hopefully this is one of my lucky lures. So look at that form, Millie. This trout don't know what to do. This thing's casting amazing. The first reel I was using wouldn't cast for nothing. This one's really good. That first one we missed, that would have been 3 fish. We always have to catch one more. Yes, yes. Oh, number 3. Okay, another pretty rainbow going on the stringer. That's 3, we need one more. That was the first cast on here too. Ooh, I missed it. No! Come here, fishy, fishy! Fishy, fishy. I don't know! Oh. Trout aren't hungry anymore. All right, I'm gonna hit this one last spot. We might turn this catch, clean and cook into a fish and a half. Millie gets a fish and a half, I get a fish and a half. I'm gonna switch bait real fast, and hopefully I'll be able to catch one more. So I was using a little rooster tail, that moving bait, getting a real hard attack with those trout, but I just switched over to something a little bit more subtle, these salmon eggs, making sure I cover up that hook with the salmon eggs, and then I have 2 little lead weights, so that's dragging across the bottom, and then the salmon eggs will be floating right around where the trout should be suspended. But I'm gonna toss it in. I know there's trout in here. Hopefully this will catch our very last fish. Tried to tell these trout this is busting. Busting. There's no trout in this river that could not resist 2 beautiful salmon eggs. People in the comments are gonna be like,
there's not even salmon that run those rivers. Why would they eat that?
I don't know. They like pink stuff. Right there. 2 salmon eggs, can't resist it. Can't resist it. Let me tell you, these salmon eggs are delicious and nutritious. Maybe up here, hopefully. Oh no, my salmon egg. Alright. Almost there, mate. We don't have a very sturdy table right now. So before we start cooking the trout, I want to show you the gear that we got from Walmart earlier. Alright, on the expensive side of the catch, clean, and cook, first we have the camp stove, which we're going to do something that we've never done on the channel. We have the big pot. We're going to throw this oil in and try our best to fry these trout. I've never done this on the channel, but I'm excited to finally do it. We also have some other seasonings. We bought this table to be able to set this up perfectly, and we have another pan just in case we want to get crazy. Also, we have some paper plates, some paper towels. We are ready for the expensive side, and of course some tongs. That way we can get the fish in and out of the hot grease. So I'm excited to start cooking and see what these fish taste on each side, the cheap side and the expensive side. I think the expensive side totaled up to be around $200, maybe more, maybe less, but around that much. I'm excited. I've never fried fish on my own. Just got back from Guggen Week, saw those boys did it, so I wanted to give it a try. And then obviously on this side, this is where we're gonna start a fire. We have these little hot dog marshmallow stick that we're gonna try to stick to the trout and cook it that way. It's gonna be interesting, and I think they're gonna both turn out very well, but we'll see. Stay tuned to the end. So what's really cool is Bespoke Post sponsored this video, and I've been using the knives all day long. Now we gotta clean the trout. They've been sitting in the cold water. You guys saw the gear that we're gonna be using to cook the fish, but I have 2 knives that they sent me, and I can't wait to see how they perform with cleaning these trout. Before we actually clean the trout, I wanna get this oil nice and hot so that we'll be able to throw it right in, and it'll be ready to cook these fish. Oh yeah. All right. Let's put our oil in there. I don't think we'll need too much. Or maybe we will. All right.
We're gonna use it all.
Put that on. Put the lid on. Crank that puppy up. All right, let's clean these fish. So I'm not gonna show everything just because I don't wanna get demonetized, but you wanna take your knife, insert it in that little slot, which happens to be its butt, run it all the way up until you hit the gills, pull everything out, and that's a clean trout. It's one of the simplest ways, and they don't really have a lot of scales. You can cook that skin, and the skin tastes great without descaling it or anything. But this knife is slicing right through these trout. It's working really well. So we got all the guts and everything out, and inside's clean. She is ready to throw on the grill or throw in the fryer. We got 2 more to go. Look at Big Chungus here. This is the biggest trout that we caught all day. I'm gonna use the different knife. Oh my gosh. Slide it all the way to the top. Both knives, whenever you're cleaning the fish, honestly performed about the same. They are really, really sharp right out of the box, and I can't complain. So really, really cool to be able to use these. And with cleaning trout, so you can either take this part of the fish off and you have a big, nice piece of meat. Look how pretty and pink that is. Or you can leave the head on and just clean out the guts. Either way is great. There's a lot of meat on the top of the head right there, but these 2 fish are ready to go either on the grill or in the fryer. Kentucky Colonel. It was honestly the first fish fry season that I saw. I mean, this is the most expensive one. Little guy first. Put some stuff in there. Looking pretty clean, right? All right. I think she's ready to go. Check and see if the oil is ready. I think it's ready. Got the tongs to be safe. Here we go. Ooh! That baby's cooking. That's fast. Why is it cooking so fast? Oh no. Oh my God. I really have no idea how long I should keep this in. Like I said, I've never done this before. It's been sitting in there for about 3 to 4 minutes. It looks nice and crispy. That looks good. All right, we're gonna set that one right here. It's time for this huge one to go in. I'm excited to try this. While that one's cooking, I'm gonna start the fire right here. get that going so we can cook this last fish. All right, we have some leftover cardboard from the grill and stuff. I also gathered up a bunch of tiny sticks that'll light real well. And then we have a little bit of oil that we're gonna pour on that. This should light up fairly good. Hopefully that oil helps. I'm not really sure. We'll see. Fire's going a little bit, but I gotta keep it going, get those coals hot to be able to cook this fish good. Ooh, fish number 2. Ooh. Man, that looks good. Look at that. All right, cut this oil off. That grill, I know that we buy a lot of these grills for these survival challenges and just going out, but sometimes I return them, but I think I'm gonna keep this one. This one works really, really well. All right, fire's going good, we gotta keep it going. The expensive side of the catch and cook is done. We're gonna wait till this one's done before we start eating, but I'm just gonna take this and stick it right through the spine and see if that works. Should work. This is probably the easiest way to cook a fish. Just a little trout skewer. Now we wait. This honestly feels like some Native American. Oh no, no, oh no, 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 ow! Oh man. Oh my gosh. Okay. So our cheap method did not work very well. It fell into the fire. I think it's still fine, but it's almost done. I think it needs to be on there for a minute longer. So surprisingly, I've never fried fish by myself, and I feel like they turned out pretty well. We haven't tasted it yet, but I'm excited to taste these. And then semi-fail on the cheap version of the catch, clean, and cook. Expensive version went perfect. Cheap version, if there's a way to fail, it failed. I would have been okay if we were in a survival situation or camping. I could have just picked it up and dusted it off and it'd be fine. But I don't think that the fish is fully cooked. It's cooked enough to eat, but it just sucks that it fell in the dirt. So I'm gonna try both and see which one turned out to be the best. Was it the expensive or was it the cheap? I don't know, but we're about to try and see. First up, the expensive side of the catch, clean, and cook. I don't know. For those of you that have fried fish before, comment below 1 out of 10 what you think it looks like for frying my first fish on the side of the river. I mean, these were swimming around just a few hours ago, so I'm excited to taste it, see how it turned out. Pretty good. That's actually really good. Look at that piece of meat. Nice white meat. That is really good. That one's got some pink to it. That almost looks like salmon, but it's just a rainbow trout. Man, I didn't even season these. All I did is put the fish fry batter on there, threw them in the oil, and it turned out really good. That's pretty dang good. All right, I'm gonna rate this 7 out of 10 as far as taste. I feel like I could have done better, maybe frying it. My first time frying it was okay, but let's go to the cheap version. So it just sucks that this thing fell on the ground in the ash, but I think there is some good pieces in here. It might not be cooked all the way. A little bit of dirt, a little crunch to it. Man, I don't know. That piece that I just ate was like super slimy, wasn't crispy enough. I don't know if this is good for me to eat, really. All right, I gotta eat a piece. Oh man, that just doesn't look cooked. It's got to be cooked enough, right? Ow, that's no good. That is a fail. Man, that sucks. I definitely think if I could have kept it on there without it falling off, it would have cooked perfectly. And I mean, the skin has some good taste, but I just dropped it in the dirt. That sucks. I'd have to say, out of the expensive versus cheap catch, clean, and cook setup, I'd have to go with the expensive. These are nice fried fish. I mean, crunchy outside, perfectly cooked all the way through. And this poor guy. I mean, uncooked, dirt all over it. That was a fail on this side. But it could have turned out better. Maybe that's my fault. So I definitely think the expensive side of the catch, clean, and cook setups is a winner for today. You can comment what you thought or what you would do if you were out here in the woods fishing. But I had a blast coming to my old stomping grounds and just doing something that I've loved since I was a little kid. This is the very first thing that I got into as far as like fishing and the outdoors. And it still is one of my favorite things to do. So if you guys are new to the channel, please subscribe and turn on those post notifications. If you enjoyed today's video, please leave it a big thumbs up. It really does help me out. Also, if you guys are watching this right now, jump on Instagram, take a picture of you watching it, tag me and post it on your story, and I'll make sure to repost it onto my story on Instagram. But that is pretty much it for me in the middle of the woods. I love you guys, and as always, boop.